Good morning. It's September 23rd, and this is our fifth Docendo Discamus. To start off here, take a look at this question. This will get you thinking about the two words that are going to be in the sentence today. What does a noun meaning one who is charitable have in common with another noun meaning a person who dislikes humankind? Again, two very different nouns in their definitions, but as you'll see, they have a common root. Could you come up with either one of those? So let's go down to the sentence here. Andrew Carnegie, a famous philanthropist, gave money to build public libraries and the promotion of literacy. Misanthrope is the second word that we'll compare with philanthropist. So anything you see there that looks kind of strange, you might notice that we have our subject here, Andrew Carnegie. He's kind of the older version of Bill Gates. That's our subject. Then we do have a verb down here, a predicate. Gave money to build public libraries. But there's something in between here, which gets kind of confusing if we don't have some punctuation. So typically, it's a good idea to give your reader a little bit more information about a subject, a person, place, or a thing. In this case, a little more information about who is this guy, Andrew Carnegie. And we call this phrase a positive. And oftentimes it comes, like it does in the sentence, between the subject and the verb, the noun and the predicate in the sentence. So it's a good idea to set it off in commas. Now notice it makes more sense. Andrew Carnegie, a famous philanthropist, gave money to build public libraries. Now the second part of the sentence, to build public libraries and the promotion of literacy, something just doesn't quite sound right there. And the problem is a problem of parallel structure. This is one of those things that comes up on the SAT. And just good writers know how to expand sentences using repetition and parallel structure. It's not net repetition of words necessarily, it's a repetition of structure. So in this case, we have to build, that's an infinitive verb. And then over here, the promotion of. We have this form of the verb, which is called a nominalized noun. Don't worry about that right now, but just worry about how could I make this verb to build match this? Well, the way to do it is to change promotion to promote, right? Now listen to it after we've changed it. Andrew Carnegie, a famous philanthropist, gave money to build public libraries and to promote literacy. See how that sounds much more clear? And it has a little bit of rhythm to it because the repetition of those two phrases are the same, and it just makes more sense. And again, remember, our job here is to make things easier for our reader. So I think that's it in the sentence. Now, the two words here, philanthropist, word you might have heard in relationship to somebody like a Bill Gates, one who gives money to benefit humanity. And notice the root in there, philia, which has to do with love, as in Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love. So somebody who loves humankind. Anthro is the root here from Latin, the same root that is in anthropology, the same root that is in anthropomorphic. That's a big word. The second one we're comparing it to is misanthrope. Notice the same root is in there, anthrop. Mis means basically against. So this would be a person who dislikes humanity and avoids human society. Maybe the classic example would be somebody like Ebenezer Scrooge, at least before he was transformed. So two words there with the same root, good words to know, good words you probably see in the readings that you do. At least you'll see that root probably. All right, last thing, just a little review here, make sure we got everything. Remember, we fixed this punctuation around the appositive phrase. And again, a positive phrase is something writers use, so it's good to have a name for it. And then finally, parallel structure is also something writers do when they revise their sentences. Very common problem. Notice we have to build and to promote. So we have a sentence now that's parallel. And before we go, quick preview. What does an adjective meaning highly favorable have in common with an adjective meaning standing out as clearly visible? Again, think about two words. Maybe you can come up with one as a preview for next time. All right, I'll see you next time.